So a potential buyer had reached out to Florida Turf Pros about buying the company. And I want to tell you in this video what I learned through those conversations, through those negotiations, and then also what you can do to increase the valuation of your company. It was very enlightening for me, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned. First up, Florida Turf Pros. I'm not selling. I'm not interested in selling my company. I love what I do. I love the community here at YouTube, and I will tell you that a number was put in front of me that was it was more than what I was expecting, and I think a few of the things that I've done at my company have contributed to that. And again, I want to share that with you. The first thing that, not that I learned, but was reinforced through this conversation with this company was recurring revenue is king whenever it comes to valuation of companies. They were willing to give my company, based on our current size, on my setup, and again, just a reminder for everybody who doesn't know, we have a small mowing team. We have about 200 lawn care accounts that we service. That eats up about 70% of our time, and then the other 30% is spent on landscaping projects. I have a relatively stress-free business. We have a very, very good name for ourselves in our market, have built up a lot of Google reviews. We have really good brand awareness and a website that ranks really, really well. If you have a company that is structured similarly to that, the payout multiple on annual profit was 3 to 4 times. Okay, again, this is profit, EBITDA, earnings before income taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Just in short, what that means is just because you have like $50,000 in profit at the end of the year, if you have taken like paper expenses in an effort to reduce your taxes, like a depreciation expense that reduced your bill to $50,000, that depreciation is added back to the valuation. So like if you had a $40,000 depreciation expense and it showed you had $50,000 in profit for the year, that $40,000 is added back, again, because that was a paper expense. $90,000 is what you really made in profit for the year. So that would be your earnings multiple, 90,000 times 3 or 4. So what if I was a solo guy? Unfortunately, guys, and I think we all kind of knew this in our heart of hearts, but the truth is, if you're solo and you don't have anybody working with you, and you haven't really built up a lot of brand awareness, like you don't have like a really, really good strong name in your market, it's not worth much. And again, that's news that like nobody wants to hear. But we all, like in our heart of hearts, like probably knew that. But I just want to tell you, like that's what I was told. Like, and the way that these acquisition firms, the way that they view this is like, hey, if our cost to acquire a customer in your market is $100, like why would we ever pay more than $100 for the solo lawn care guy's clients? Like they wouldn't. And $100 for your client, like that's nothing. As a solo guy, you'd be better off just keeping your business and keeping the cash flow coming in. But what are they willing to pay for? And that's what we want to talk about in this video, right? So maybe you can structure yourself in a way to possibly have a shot at selling your business one day. Number one is they want some type of redundancy in the business. Like the company that had reached out to me, like they want to know how many employees I had, like how many hours are they working, like how long have those employees been with me, like the amount of clients that I have that are recurring revenue, how long on average those clients have been with me, data to prove and back it up, meaning that you want to have a software system that you can go back and show years and years and years of experience. They want to be able to get into a market quickly. They're willing to pay for that to increase their foothold in a market. They want brand awareness. They want good Google reviews. Like all that stuff works together to give you a higher payout and a higher valuation on your company. You might find this interesting as well. And again, I felt like I knew this, but actually just having the conversation with somebody and hearing this from the horse's mouth, the bulk of the value of my business is in recurring revenue. Even though the landscaping can make up almost just as much profit, that valuation is substantially like it wasn't even 1x, if you can believe that or not. That's because you're constantly have to go out and sell the landscaping job, whereas the mowing, from their point of view, the mowing gets you access to what? The home, right? The mowing gets you access to the other recurring services like irrigation work, fertilization, weed control, insecticide like pest control stuff, shrub trimming, bush trimming, like flower bed maintenance, like everything. So the recurring revenue side of things, it reduces the risk for the buyer. That's why it's so valuable to them. That's why they are willing to pay more as compared to landscaping. So just to hammer that point home, like I understand that there's fantastic money in landscaping, and that's why we do it. Again, 70% of our time is recurring revenue, maintenance services, 30% is maintenance, and in all transparency, I'm sorry, 30% is landscaping. And in all transparency, we can make just about as much money in that 30% landscaping as we can in the 70% of the time spent recurring revenue. And that is why it is so tempting to just build a business that is primarily focused on landscaping. When does that make sense? Well, if you don't really have any immediate plans of selling your business and you're just trying to like, hey, I want to make as much money as possible and I want to save it, I'm going to invest for retirement and do all those things, that's one thing. But if you have any hopes to sell your business one day, you really need to start thinking ways to increase the recurring revenue side of your business. Period. Again, it's just what I've just been exposed to. It's like, hey, we're given a 3 to 4 multiple on a recurring revenue profit, and like almost nothing really for the landscaping stuff. And it was very kind of like sobering to hear that. Now, if I was a company that had managers in place, like a complete hierarchy and structure, that 3 to 4 multiple that I was offered, that changes to 4 to 6 if you have a complete team of managers in place where the business just completely runs on autopilot. Okay, so that just underscores the point of how important it is to at some point start thinking outside yourself as just the guy who's out going mowing lawns. Again, you can make a great living as a solo guy. I know a lot of guys who do it. I really do. But I think we all, at some point, we entertain the idea of, man, like, I wonder if I could sell my business. And the harsh reality is if you do not have a business worth buying, you're not going to be able to sell it. And what makes a business worth buying? All those things I listed out before. A lot of recurring revenue, a stranglehold on your market as far as like reviews, like your history, like the length of time you've had clients, like all that stuff really, really matters. And I don't want to like end the video on a deflating note, but like if you're solo, you need to think of ways to increase the valuation of your business if you have any hopes of selling it in the future. Or it can just be a lifestyle business for you and you continue to be solo, make a good living, but just know like whenever it comes time to like throw in the towel, like it's just not going to be worth a whole lot to somebody else. And again, I just hate the idea of working so hard and so long and then getting near the end and not having a check, a payout for all the hard work that you've done. So I would say, like, dude, with like just a little bit more effort, you could still have the same business that you have now, but with like a little bit more effort, you have the opportunity of having a payout on the back end. So that's my spiel. I was approached last month, and I had some very interesting and meaningful conversations. But at this time, I am not interested in selling. It was a good number, guys. It was a number that I was like, man, that's a decent amount of money, you know. But it's not. It's not something that I'm interested in doing. I absolutely love what I do right now, and I'm going to continue to do it for as long as I can. Now, if somebody comes along and offers me like $2 million, like, okay, now we're having a different conversation. But as of right now, Florida Tough Pros will continue doing what we do. But I want to know in the comments section if you guys are entertaining selling your company one day. Are you just really interested in like going more the landscaping route? Are you thinking of ways to increase the valuation? Or are you just like, hey, I'm not interested in selling at all. I'm just like saving for retirement on my own, and once that time comes, I'm just gonna just let the chips fall where they fall. What is the exit strategy, man? We talk a whole lot about mowers and marketing and getting clients and running efficient businesses. We don't talk about the exit strategy. Like we need to start having conversations like in this community, like in the lawn care community, about the exit strategy for guys who are like getting up in their 50s, 60s. What does that look like, man? Can't do this forever. I wish we could. I love it. Absolutely love it. But at some point, your body starts pushing back. And I think we need to have a plan for it. It's a conversation we need to have.